Welcome back to another episode of Good Chatter. Josh Palet with Dave Palet, JP25 Media. And as you can see, we got some new merchandise. Next show, we're going to give away 2 sweatshirts, 3 shirts. In order to enter into the raffle, you need to share this post and subscribe to our YouTube channel, JP25 Media. Make sure you do it. And today we're going to talk about holidays. It's going to be a little bit different because I celebrate Christmas. He grew up celebrating Hanukkah.
It sucked.
So that leads into my question. What was it like growing up as a Jewish kid when all your friends were celebrating Christmas?
You know what? You think it would be cool because we get 8 nights.
Yeah.
And I grew up obviously in a Jewish home where my dad was Jewish and my mother was Jewish. And my mom was one of those that no Christmas tree. Okay.
Couldn't even play the game.
No Christmas tree at all. And so there are a lot of my Jewish friends would go out and they'd get the Christmas tree and they do the Christmas lights and all that stuff. My mom was like, no way. We aren't doing that. And right away, no fun. I mean, we didn't even go with like, they could have at least gone like blue and white Hanukkah lights. Would have been like Dodger colors. Would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nah.
Come on, Grandma.
That didn't fly at all. So basically, Hanukkah, and everybody knows the Hanukkah story. I don't need to give you the Hanukkah story. But the Hanukkah holiday really doesn't have any, I know you can tell I'm frustrated already, doesn't have any religious significance at all. And there's a goddamn dreidel, sucks. Anyone who's actually ever played the dreidel game, it's a complete nightmare. It's boring as hell. And then they have the Hanukkah gelt, which is the gold coins with the chocolate inside. The chocolate's not even good. It's a pain in the ass to try and find the opening to get the goddamn chocolate out. It always breaks before you can get it out of the tin. The whole thing's a sham. All right, so there's no really religious significance to it. I would say Hanukkah and the whole idea of the 8 nights, and my mom would kill me for saying this, but here's the deal. It's the Hanukkah and the light and the oil lasting for 8 nights is basically the equivalent of a Hail Mary pass at the end of a football game. Like, that was pretty amazing to watch, but really we're going to do a holiday out of this where I'm going to get socks like on night 2 and a Nerf football on night 5 and more Hanukkah gelt shitty chocolate. It wasn't the same. And then Christmas Day would come along for my friends, and I'm watching all the Christmas movies like everyone else. I'm watching Rudolph and Santa Claus and all that stuff, and I just knew Christmas morning, my friends in the neighborhood were opening up the coolest stuff, man. Whether it was Atari or Coleco or whatever the hell was going on, they all had a list of crazy stuff that they were getting, and there was a jealousy factor. I wasn't going to lie. And
of course, yeah.
By 11 in the morning, I was calling everybody. What did you get? What did you get? And then I'm bummed out. And it was like that for a long time. So for you, when your mom obviously celebrated Christmas, I was all in. I mean, I waited a lifetime for this. And for any parent, I'll tell you right now, I did it the wrong way. What I did was I spoiled my kids. I got them a ton of stuff for Christmas. And my wife used to yell at me all the time saying, what are you doing? And I just wanted you guys to have everything you guys could possibly dream of. And I went all out. I mean, I spent like $1,000 per kid from the time you guys were young, getting you everything that you didn't need, but I thought maybe you'd think it was fun. And your mom was right on the fact that, you play with the toy for a little bit and then you throw it to the side and what's the next one? And then what's the next one? And for years I would hide stuff, and, Christmas obviously is December 25th. I would find stuff in the garage like in April and March.
I remember that.
And going, oh shit, this was a Christmas gift I was hiding for Josh or for Jake. But I always loaded you guys up with baseball gear where you guys were going to use it anyway. And those baseball bats were like $400 and gloves were like $400 with your name stitched into it. And I always got you the best stuff because I figured you guys were going to use it anyway. I might as well use it as a Christmas gift kind of thing. But yeah, for Christmas was much better than Hanukkah still is, always will be.
Yeah, I got hooked up as a kid for sure. I always got good stuff, and I really appreciate you doing that. I felt like I never really asked for much. Jake, on the other hand, would ask for everything from like January 1st to December 25th. He'd want everything.
And then he'd pull that crap in like June. Hey, you guys never got me a Christmas gift last year. Bullshit.
He asked for something crazy for his birthday, and then you asked for another thing at Christmas, and it was crazy. But Jake would be the one that asked for a lot. I wanted to ask you, for Hanukkah, did you get good gifts, or did you always get socks or things like that?
I did get socks or pants or sweaters or something that I guess I figured I was going to need. But
shoes with 4 stripes?
Yeah. Shoes with 4 stripes. Never got the cool shoes. For me, honestly, the ones that stand out was Stretch Armstrong. It was this doll filled with jelly, and you could pull it, and it'd bounce back into shape, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then one day I remember I had it on my shelf in my bedroom, and I went to go grab Stretch Armstrong, and I realized he busted on the bottom, and there's that jelly shit all over the furniture. Couldn't get it off. It completely ruined the furniture. But Stretch Armstrong was cool. But the best gift I got was just a Nerf football, which were $5 at the time. But I remember getting Rams colors because at the time I loved the Rams, and half of it was blue, half of it was gold Rams colors, and you throw it and made the cool looking spiral and everything. But for me, it was the Nerf football was probably I was easy. I wasn't. They weren't going to go all out anyway, but for me, the Nerf football was great.
Do you never ask your parents for anything, or your sister? Did she ask any for anything?
I never paid attention to what my sister got ever.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't matter to me. It was my sister was 4 years older than me. Whatever she was interested in, I wasn't interested in the same thing. I don't know. I really didn't care what she got or kept score.
Yeah. Do you think you know what my favorite gift was? What I got for Christmas?
For me, I'm guessing your favorite gift, and this wasn't easy, but I remember in 2005, January 7th, I remember the exact date, I had 7th row tickets to see LeBron James and Kobe Bryant to take you to.
That's top 3 gifts I've ever got in my life.
Really?
It was
I
sick.
thought you said that was number one. And that was cool. I mean, we're going down closer and closer, and what's his name?
Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson from Blackish is sitting behind us. Morris Chestnut from Boys in the Hood is sitting behind us. I mean, we were really close. And like 2 minutes in, Kobe Bryant got hurt.
I know.
He twisted his ankle. And
he never got hurt back then.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
It was like the only time I can remember Kobe coming out of a game and not playing again. But we got to see LeBron in his, I think, second year.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
I was super hyped up. Was there a story about what happened to you before that game?
Oh, my God. So this is, God dang, this is one of those embarrassing stories. So here's the deal. Josh has tickets for January 7th because it's Christmas time and everything, and this is a big gift, and you're counting the days down from December 25th to January 7th to go, and I believe it was on like January 4th, man, I had a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Okay, and vasectomies nowadays are different. I'm not trying to tell any guy out there don't get one, but now I understand it's done like with lasers and stuff, but back in the day, it wasn't done with lasers, and I remember thinking, man, this is going to be uncomfortable, but I didn't realize how uncomfortable everything would be. And I remember going 2 things. When I go in, I didn't want a female doctor, and I didn't want anyone who recognized me from television or radio.
Yep.
And that was my big thing, is when I go in, I just want to be in and out, done. And I go in, and it's 2 guys, a guy nurse and a guy doctor, and no one says a word, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect. Man, as soon as my pants were off, hey, who do you think should be the Chargers starting quarterback, Phillip Rivers or Drew Brees? I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, dude, I tell you what, guys, we'll talk about this when this is over. How about that? Let's just focus on what's going on downstairs. And, man, I'm laying down, and all of a sudden, man, this guy pulls out this big-ass needle, and I kind of just close my eyes, and I'm going, man, I hate flu shots, let alone a shot down there. And that guy gives me the first shot, and it felt like it hit the nuts harder than you've ever been hitting the nuts in your life. And you're like, oh, my God, I can't breathe. There's a huge, like, air bubble in my stomach. And I'm like, oh, man, this is terrible. And so I get the shot, and then all of a sudden you're smelling smoke. Yeah, there's solderizing shit down there, and you're smelling smoke. And I'm just like, whew, glad that's over with. And then you hear, hey, now let's do the other side. Other side. Like, so now I got to do it again. Oh. I was like, what I thought I couldn't make it through, I had to do the second one.
Was this for one nut?
For one nut. Oh. Now they go stick the needle in the second nut. And then you're smelling the smoke, and they're soldering in. Well, again, what do you think? You like Rivers or you like Breeze? I'm like, fuck it. I don't care if goddamn Bob Greasy's playing quarterback. I don't give a shit. My nuts hurt. I can't breathe. Dying. So.
Are you awake for this?
Oh, yeah. They don't knock you out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I go home, and they say basically follow the rules. And I'm one of those guys who goes, man, I have a good pain tolerance. I don't need to follow all the rules. And they say go home, put your feet up, take a bag of peas and put them on your nuts and sit there for 3 days. Well, I go home, and I do a show. I do a radio show. So I'm sitting in the same position I'm in now, so I'm already doing it wrong. And then I remember you were playing in a basketball league. The next day I went to your basketball practice, and I participated. I was running up and down the court. Horrible idea.
Crazy.
So that none of that was good. But this is where the story goes really bad for me. Is I go to take a piss, and for women who don't know, when you're pissing, usually you're holding your underwear down like with your left thumb, and you're holding your junk with your right thumb, staring and trying to get the piss in the toilet.
Yeah.
And when I went to pull my pants back up, I put my thumb right through the fucking incision, and I ripped my sack wide open.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. I ripped my sack.
Oh my God.
And I'm looked down. I'm like, oh my God. There's a hole in my sack.
Dude, I think I heard you yell. It was in the house, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard you yell.
And I remember telling your mom, I go, oh my God, oh my God, I ripped my sack. She's like in the kitchen. I'm in the downstairs bathroom in the old house. And I'm like, shit. And she goes, well, you better call the doctor. I go, I'm not going to the doctor. They're the ones that fucked me up to begin with. I'm in this situation because of them. They go, no, it's not their fault. It's your fault. So I'm like, no, I'll be okay. I'll be all right. We'll heal on its own. And man, it went from bad to worse from from that to an infection that, okay, this is graphic as hell. I can't believe I'm telling this on a show. But man, when I say each fucking ball grew to be this big, dude, each ball was this goddamn big. They were so goddamn big. I had to wear like the MC Hammer pants and shit.
Can't touch this.
I couldn't fucking put pants on. My nuts were too
You
big.
look like elephantitis in your nuts?
Oh, I look like I had elephantitis in the nuts. You know the saying, can you believe the balls on this guy? They were saying that about me. I was that guy. Can you believe the balls on this guy? So I finally call the doctor, and the nurses answer. And the lady answers, and says, can I help you? And I tell her exactly what I did. And I go, I have a tremendous amount of swelling down there. And she's like, well, how big are we talking? Are we talking a golf ball? We're talking a tennis ball? I go, we're talking cantaloupes. And she starts laughing. And I just yell at her, stop fucking laughing. I go, if I was on the other end of the call, I'd be laughing too. But it's me on this end. It's not fucking funny. And now I can hear the lady in the background that she's sharing in the office with laughing her ass off too at me. And I was like, I'm not going in. So I'm like, still, I'm going, it's going to heal on its own. And dude, as I said, you can't put fucking pants on. I'm wearing those goddamn huge like wind pants and shit, and like, dude, you couldn't sit down without sitting on your goddamn nuts. So,
Oh my God.
So we have to go to the Laker game, and I'm like, I'm not going to blow your Christmas gift for you. And so we drive from San Diego to Staples Center, and that was uncomfortable as hell. I'm just trying to get comfortable. Like, all right, I'm like literally driving and sitting on my balls underneath my thighs. And now we got to get out of the car. I'm in extreme pain, by the way. And I can't tell you what the fuck's going on, I just said, dude, I got problems. And you're so excited to go to the game. We park the car, and you're like, let's go. And you start running across the street, and you're yelling at me. I'm just wobbling and shit. I mean, I'm barely moving. I'm like one of those guys in the big fucking sumo suit. I couldn't put my legs in front of each other. I had giant nuts. And then we finally make it into Staples, and dude, I can't get comfortable at all. And then I watch Kobe go down. I'm like, damn it. I got Ricky over here behind me, who I'm a huge fan of, and Morris Chestnut. Can't talk to him either. I'm miserable the whole fucking time, dude. It was awful. And so, dude, it was so bad that I remember sitting on the couch at home and just watching TV and like just trying to catch my breath, and someone would come in and flip the ceiling fan on, and I go, turn that fucking fan off. I was like, the fan hurt,
Yeah.
Anything that changed the wind, dude, hurt so bad that I couldn't take it. So yeah, it was a great Christmas gift, but it was a nightmare for me. Nothing that you did wrong, but me just being stupid. So instead of 3 days to heal, it only took about fucking 8 weeks for me to get back to normal. But yeah, I was that guy. Can you believe the balls on this guy?
That is a nightmare story. That's a nightmare. I hope that never happens to me.
No, dude. Now that, and again, I'm not trying to scare anyone away that's thinking about getting it done. They do it like with lasers now. They don't even have to break the skin, from what I understand. It's a piece of cake. But
Thank God.
fuck,
Dude.
it was a nightmare.
Okay, now I'll tell you what my favorite gift was, okay?
Okay, okay.
We'll circle
it's
back.
always making about me.
Yeah. We'll circle back. It was the basketball hoop.
Really?
Dude, because how many hours did I shoot in front of our house with that basketball hoop?
Nonstop.
The green one.
And dude, it was a great one. It was a basketball hoop that was like the ones they had inside NBA gyms. It was the glass backboard.
We pull it up.
Yeah,
It was perfect.
and it would go up and down, but to have a clear backboard was crazy. You didn't have those when I was a kid.
I had an advantage, I felt like,
Yeah.
on other kids, because I shot uphill. I mean, that was by far my favorite gift, because I
that's
just used
cool.
it hours and hours and hours. I was going to ask you real quick, how's that new puppy going? Show the hands.
We got a new puppy. My hands are all beat to shit. My face is cut. This dog,
Ears.
my ears. Yeah, the dog's cut into my ears. We haven't done a show in a while because I've been bleeding like you wouldn't believe. But
Hanging out with Edward Scissorhands.
yeah, no, I am. It's crazy. So this dog keeps snipping at you. It's the cutest dog of all time. We'll bring the dog on the show. But I'm telling you, this dog is calm, and then bam, and it's like
It's crazy
it's like
shit.
a piranha.
Yeah.
it just comes out and gets you. It's a fucking jack-in-a-box dog where everything's cool, then all of a sudden it just pops out and grabs you and bites you, and you just want to strangle her. And so what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
ass.
if she wasn't such a cute dog, she wouldn't be here anymore. But yeah, I'm trying to get through the teething process, but man, she's eating the shit out of me.
Dude, you were taking a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as always, we're going to tell a Jake Palet story. And this one I'm going to tell, I have some catching up to do.
Okay.
So here's my Jake Palet story. Jake was about, what would you say, 16, 17 years old. And this is our old house. And he bought a pocket pussy. Okay. And he would use that thing in the bathroom, in the shower. And
Jesus
I was
Christ.
disgusted. Me and him shared a bathroom at the time. And he would use it in the shower. And Jake never picked up after himself. And he left it in the bathtub. And our sweet old grandma, Nani, she lived with us at the time, and she would just clean up after us and always made us food. She was the best. And she was in our bathroom, and she, of course, doesn't know what that thing is.
She always cleaned up.
Always cleaned up. And Jake left that in the bathtub, and she thought it was a toothbrush holder. So sweet old Nani, while I'm at school, picks it up, cleans it out, which, disgusting, and puts it on the counter and puts our toothbrushes in there and walks away. And I get back from school and I'm walking upstairs. I go in the bathroom and I look at the counter and I go, what the fuck? I go, Nani, what's this? She goes, I don't know why your toothbrush holder was in the bathtub, but I cleaned it out for you. I cleaned it out for you and I put your toothbrushes back in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. I throw the toothbrushes away.
Yes.
Yell at Jake for being a slob. And that was the Jake Palet pocket pussy story. Right
Oh
there.
my God. Yeah, I remember that. I never walked down the hallway to see what the hell's going on in that bathroom, but I remember you guys, Jake thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah.
I was the only one that was
once,
upset.
Once I found out, I thought it was funny as hell, but I was like, at first I was embarrassed, but I wasn't to be embarrassed about anything because she didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, I didn't tell her, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. She's the same person that took my Nutrimart shaker and thought it was a vase and put it in the backyard and grew plants out of
That's
it. too.
right.
Yeah, she did that too.
That's right.
But Nani, R.I.P., we miss you too. And that's all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
No, man. Again, tell them a chance to win.
Okay. Subscribe on YouTube and share this post. I will post it on the JP25 Media Instagram. You can retweet it on Twitter as well. We're going to give away 3 shirts and 2 sweatshirts. We're going to raffle them off next show. It's going to be completely random. Make sure you enter.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody.